If there's someone who says, I want to get on stage and I want to win,
what am I doing wrong? Sure, that plan could be great on paper,
but it's yourself that you're capable of.
What does long-term fitness success look like? Welcome to YasFitPro. My goal is to help you stop restarting your journey and to actually figure out what works long-term. As a physique competitor, my approach changes a lot throughout the year. I want to show you why each phase matters and how it translates to real life. In this series, I'm sitting down with Meredith Perry, a wellness division athlete, coach, and gym owner. And we're getting into the reality of physique change, business, and what actually separates people who succeed from those who stay stuck in a loop. In this episode, we're talking about the reality of transformation. If you're interested in this kind of content, follow me on Instagram at YasFitPro, subscribe to this channel, and make sure to comment below. This is a conversation after all. Let's get into it. People that need help are not without information or without knowledge. It's often the people that are doing the most research or following all of the fitness people, and they're trying a lot harder than the average individual who might not have fitness goals or a desire to change their physique. So it can be really frustrating on their end to feel like, what am I doing wrong? And there's often this internal pressure. I think I've faced this myself, where it's like, I have to change something. It wasn't until I just started listening to one voice that I realized, wow, it wasn't the information that I needed more of. It was just the ability to stick to one thing.
And even the stress relief of when clients check in or we're heading for a show and they think I'm not going to be ready in time, or am I not doing this well enough? I'll usually hit them with, your job is to follow the plan. My job is to worry if you're not going to be ready in time. So if you're following the plan, you're checking the boxes, you check in, let me decide and let me change it. You don't have to worry. It's not your job. So it's kind of like you just relax and let go, follow the plan, trust your coach, pick a coach you trust, and go from there.
I love that. I think it's important to have a coach that is not going to put the athlete on stage unless they're ready. So I think, and I've seen you do this well, because you won't just say, okay, any show you want to do, we'll do it. You're like, but are you going to be ready? Is it optimal? We could crash you and do a 10-week prep starting today, but is that going to be the best for your season? No. So sometimes I wonder why coaches will do that instead of, is it because they're maybe afraid of telling the athlete the truth or what's in their best interest?
For me, I don't coach one way. I coach everybody. I coach the person. I coach their goals. So if I'm coaching someone, I'll be completely transparent. I'll say, look, I don't think we're going to be stage lean on time. What are your goals for this show? If you want to get on stage, you want to get that feedback, you want to have that experience, have a little bit more to work with, we'll reverse. I will absolutely coach you into this show, but just I'm not setting your expectation to tell you you're going to be ready. And if they want to do it, absolutely. And people want to do that all the time. Just get on stage, do the thing, get the feedback. And I think that's awesome. If there's someone who says, I want to get on stage and I want to win, I want to be, first call out, I'm not going to tell them. I'll tell them, like, look, if 5 people show up that are in condition, you won't get first call out. So really coaching the athlete and making sure you're supporting them on what they want from the experience rather than what I want as the coach for them.
I like that. Yeah, that's a really good point. And I know you've worked with and for some elite teams all over North America. And so you've seen a really good amount of clients and you understand motivations behind shows. It seems like you have one client that comes with a very specific goal of competing. I want to compete, let's go. And then there's another client that maybe understands a little bit about the world of competing, doesn't really know much about it, wants to just improve their lifestyle. And in that consistency, they start to realize, wow, maybe I could do a show. That goal wasn't even really in their realm of possibility before. I find that really exciting, right? Do you find that comes naturally as people learn more about competing online? And how do people get exposure to it? And why do people get excited to compete when it wasn't something that they maybe had in mind before?
I think that sometimes it's even like a confidence thing or even a self-efficacy thing. If you see someone on stage, of course, it looks super glamorous and they look super fit and confident. And some people say, I want to look like I'm going to compete, but I won't actually compete. So I love seeing that transition in someone's mindset of, oh, that could never be me, to maybe I could do it, or like, maybe I could get up there. So I love seeing that shift in confidence. And I think it comes with executing the plan and building that relationship of trust with yourself that you're capable of doing it.
Let's talk about self-efficacy for a second, because I just learned a bit more about it, and it kind of lit something up in me, because I realized maybe the years personally when I was younger that I felt like I was never able to change my body at the time. And it wasn't because I wasn't trying, but I really lacked self-efficacy in this area. You'll see executives or people who are very capable at what they do at work feel totally incapable of being consistent with their diet, or it's too difficult. I read that self-efficacy is actually the top determinant of success in staying consistent and adhering. So what I find interesting about that is you could have a really knowledgeable coach that tells an athlete, just follow the plan. I know it's going to get you to point B from point A. And sure, that plan could be great on paper, but if the client doesn't believe in their ability to adhere to that, it's kind of a losing game. People have a lot of resistance. What are some ways that you instill self-efficacy in a client?
There's so many ways you could look at this. One of which is people are very hard on themselves. You think being a coach is more of being like, follow the plan, but it's mostly being like, it's okay. Everybody makes mistakes, because I think people beat themselves up and they're using small mistakes, human error, as proof that they're not capable, when there's all this other proof that they are capable in other areas of their life, even in their fitness, that they are capable. If someone went from training not at all to 3 times a week, reminding them that's a big deal, and kind of like leaning back into that. Like, you can do hard things. Look at what we're doing. Along with that, it's not so much confidence and then action. It's more action then confidence. White knuckling it, doing the hard thing, even though you don't think you are necessarily capable. You're just hoping you're capable. And then as you build those foundation of, I tried, I did it, I tried, I did it, you become a different person of, I can do it.
That's a really good highlight. Action precedes that confidence.
First, yeah.
And we all know, I think, to a certain extent, that as adults, our brains, not that they're not malleable, but they're a little bit less malleable. They're a bit more mature. So we have these mental pathways that, I think of it like a hiking trail map. You've just gone through those trails several times. So if you've told yourself, I can't do it, I can't do it, I can't do it, going a different way just feels wrong. It's going to feel like this is wrong. I remember in my first prep, I was really used to having treats every day. At that point in my life, it was a coping mechanism for me. And I remember when I was given a meal plan, I could not even imagine following it at the beginning. I was so scared, and it's so small, right? It feels like, why was I so emotional about letting go of this daily treat that I was having? And I realized it's because it was just something new, and it was off my path of my comfort path.
Your self-talk was saying, I can't follow a meal plan, I have treats every day.
Of course, yeah, just what am I gonna do without that? And so I think it was really just, even in that first day, or just being distracted, or just listening to my coach, trusting that I could do it. And like just a few weeks later, it was no problem. But from such a big hurdle to just no problem was a big deal. And it was, wow, we're capable of a lot more.
People get stuck in that, I'm following a meal plan for 16 weeks versus I'm following a meal plan now, today, yes. And I won't have treats today.
Yeah.
And also self-talk is huge. If someone followed you around all day telling you that you're not capable and you suck and you're never gonna be able to do this, you tell them to go away. So you're with yourself all the time. Don't bully yourself. Like, you have to watch the self-talk of, I can do it, I got this, I do hard things all the time. Make sure that you're talking to yourself in a supportive way. Correct those like internal dialogue of negativity.